I was doing research on artificial intelligence. You've probably heard that these people saying there's a 10% chance that artificial superintelligence is going to wipe out half of humanity. Now, I always thought that was pretty stupid. I mean, how in the world is an artificial intelligence going to wipe out half of humanity? Yeah, well, I mean, we can unplug it, right? Well, that's what they're saying. We can't unplug the AI, they say, is what happens whenever artificial superintelligence, it's smarter than that. It's going to plan ahead, not going to let us unplug it. So what it's going to do is it's going to escape out of the data centers. Right now, see, all of our artificial intelligence is contained in these giant data centers. We got like 5,400 of them all over the country. Giant mega facilities there that's full of video cards, basically. And, so the AI is stored up in them neural networks. Well, what they're saying is this artificial superintelligence, it's going to be so super intelligent that it escapes the data centers and it just embeds itself into all kind of devices, millions and billions of all our devices. It's going to be kind of a decentralized artificial intelligence, just running amok there. And then it's going to want to reproduce itself and make copies of itself, you know. And then what they do is they say that what'll happen is that they've got an example that if you was to take an artificial superintelligence and tell it your sole purpose is to make as many paper clips as you can, what it's going to do, it's going to wipe out the world and just turn everything into a paperclip factory, turn the whole dang planet into a paperclip factory. And then that won't be enough. So it's going to do it to the whole universe. It's just going to go around the universe, turn the whole universe into a paperclip factory. That's what they're saying. Now, these are smart people now. These are supposedly smart people that are saying this stuff. Billionaires and things like that. There's one particular feller, he's a billionaire hedge fund manager. Now, he does risk assessment. That's what his job is risk management. So, anyway, he seems to think that there's like a 10% chance that artificial superintelligence is going to wipe out half of humanity. You know, and I couldn't figure out how it could do it. And so I got to researching into it. And that's something that Team Taco don't really do. They like to say the word research, but they don't really do it because they don't know how. But anyway, I got to looking into it, and I wanted the AI to explain to me exactly how artificial superintelligence was going to wipe us all out. And the theory is that once it escapes those data centers and it starts copying itself, well, then, you know what it's going to do? It's going to hijack all of our manufacturing facilities there, all the robots and stuff, and it's going to start remaking its own parts in better ways. It's going to command all the robots to start making better parts for it that don't have a body. So apparently it's going to build a body now by having these robots do it. And I'm like, well, hey, that sounds awfully fantastical there, AI, and you rich billionaires who's coming up with all this doomsday stuff about how that AI is going to wipe us all out. How exactly are they going to accumulate the raw materials to do that? It's easy. You know what they're going to do? They're going to go around, they're going to hijack all the vehicles too that haul all of the raw materials. We're going to hijack that too. The supply chain, just going to hack into it. I'm like, well, these aren't hackable stuff, you know. A semi-truck ain't hackable by an AI. You know, it ain't gonna be able to turn that steering wheel and mash the gas and shift the gears and do all the stuff that's crazy stuff. So, it's gonna hijack that and it's gonna hijack, the planning and all that. So it's gonna take over the entire manufacturing worldwide is what's gonna happen so that it can make itself a body, I guess, you know. So anyway, what my point is to get to the point that you've got to start scaring people into thinking that artificial superintelligence is going to destroy us all, is ridiculous, is completely ridiculous. But the thing is what bothers me about it is these billionaires will go out there and try to scare people into thinking that some sort of futuristic artificial superintelligence is going to be the demise of humanity when we've got a problem right here on Earth right now called artificial super dumb assery that we're dealing with right now. That's the biggest threat. MAGA, fake ass patriots, Team Taco, those people, artificial super dumb assery. That's what that is. And I call it artificial because they are stupid on purpose. Tactical stupidity. So we've got that problem right now that's setting this country back at least 100 years in progress, because they don't believe in progress, because, progress to them don't include people that ain't white. And that's the problem that they've got there. And they can say what they want to, but that's actually what it is. Now, is there a faction of MAGA that don't believe that? There is a faction of MAGA that are MAGA because they believe in reindustrialization is what they want to do. They want us to go back to the way it was in the old days, back in the 80s and before that, manufacturing jobs where the people are just factories are just full of people that are working miserable jobs in factories. That's what they want to do. They don't understand. We ain't never doing that. We live in the future. We don't live in the past. And manufacturing is automated. See, and that's the reason why these people say that artificial intelligence can hack the automation in the future. It's automated. MAGA, you dumbasseries. It's automated. It ain't going to be like that. See, and all of you people out there, you Team Taco that are like anti-globalist and stuff, you don't understand how anything works. That's your problem. See, because what you are, if you're anti-globalist, that means you're anti-capitalist, okay? But you ain't anti-capitalist now, are you? Oh, no, because you hate you some socialisms, even though you enjoy you some socialisms. But see, capitalism has to stay in a constant state of expansion because it's a predator. See, it's a predatory system. It always has to eat, and it has to eat more and eat more and eat more. If it don't, it will starve. So it constantly has to expand. You can't be an isolationist country and not expand your capitalism outward, especially when the rest of the world is doing the same thing, or you're going to starve. Your capitalist system's going to starve. That's why we have globalism, because it's a product of capitalism. So if you want to be mad at people, instead of pointing your finger at Democrats and all that stuff and these evil globalists, it's the evil capitalism. That's your problem. That's who you should be mad at. But see, dumbassery. You don't take the time to look at anything, to study anything, to learn anything. You wait for people like Sean Hannity, Donald Trump's Shawnee mommy, his man mommy, to tell you how to think, or some dumbass on Fox News, or Donald effing Trump himself, rather than actually look into things for yourself and understand how things work. That's your problem. That's why I'm saying these people are worried about some futuristic artificial intelligence taking over the world and destroying humanity, when we literally right now have artificial super dumb assery running amok in here like some sort of disease, a virus, a cancer inside this country that needs to be eradicated. So anyway, my point is Team Taco. Hey, read a book, or use the Google or the DuckDuckGo or whatever. Learn how stuff works. How about that? Why don't you do that? Rather than be pointing your finger at these evil globalists. It's evil capitalism is who you're mad at. But you vote for a bunch of people that want to keep perpetuating that system right there. One of these days, see, artificial intelligence is going to require either one, we have a universal basic income, or two, we all starve to death. And you're on the side that says let them starve to death. That's the problem that we can't seem to beat through your head. Hey, all the people on the left are asking for is to be treated decently. That's it. Let people be people. Keep your nose out of people's business. How about health care for everybody like the rest of the whole industrialized world's got? Simple things like that, just having a decent life. But no, you got to go on there and vote alongside of a bunch of billionaires who really don't care. In fact, since they're not even discussing a universal basic income in any capacity whatsoever inside our government, I would assume these billionaires that own our government don't need the labor anymore, so therefore they don't need the people. That's what you're voting for, Team Taco. And that's exactly why I'm saying we have a country running amok right now of a bunch of artificial super dumbassery while these people are out there warning us about some artificial super intelligence. It's stupid. It's stupid. But see, the thing is half of you MAGAs out there. Now, I know some of you're just in it because, like I said, you want to live in the past. You think you can just make things better and we could go back to the past. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? But we ain't going back to the past. That ain't happening. But then a lot of you are just a bunch of racist, fascist, Nazi sons of bitches. And that's exactly what you are. Hey, American Eagle there with your Sydney Sweeney commercial. Hey, that was all about eugenics. That's what that was. You can say what you want to. I've listened to it and listened to it and listened to it. Oh, and by the way, did y'all know this? That blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl there don't really have blonde hair. Yeah, while she's selling eugenics on you people, she's not a natural blonde. No, she's a brunette. She dyes her hair blonde, So she's even selling her fake eugenics on a bunch of fake-ass patriots. How about that, So she's a fake-ass blonde that does a commercial for a fake-ass company. See, American Eagle ain't nothing American about American Eagle. Not a damn thing. Hey, not one stitch of that clothing comes from America. Okay, there, you fake ass patriots, since you're all up on some American Eagle now because you got to watch you in a eugenics commercial, some Nazi propaganda. So anyway, I'm just letting you know, hey, she's a fake ass blonde for you fake ass patriots, all right? Inmate Trump.